Hey everyone, this is Peter again, and welcome to my world. You could contribute to all that I do on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/PeterPalmati. And yeah, so I know it's been some time. Overall, it's December now. It's almost the middle of December. Sort of going to round out the year and wrap it up and get into next year. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been up to because I was all about consistency on YouTube and then it went away. Started a new project, Flashbang, and stopped with that. And it was like, this was the year of survival and frustration and really taking a good look at what I want the big picture to look like going forward. And I would say if I did anything this year, I think I've sketched more this past year, and this is like really like past 4 months or whatever it's been, um, than I have in some time. And I'm happy with my progress, although I do know that really I have to go back and learn a lot of proper fundamentals. I don't want to be, hey, that's that guy who does phenomenal, you know, actual uh, figure drawing, like everything's 1000% accurate. Um, yeah, I don't want to be that guy. But I do want a better foundation to my work. And I did notice something that, like when I take my time to work out an illustration, the end result is much better. A lot of the sketching I've been doing is focused on um, style and approach. And, I have posted a couple of things, started yet another, bring back yet another old project, which is Neon Eden. Um, did a couple of illustrations for that, then dropped that. Um, there is a method to my madness, and I'm actually thinking at the moment, and this may or may not change, but that I like a lot of what's in those illustrations. Let's go to that. That I do want to use that on a project. It might not be Neon Eden. I think um, I think Neon Eden is either going to be a strip like it was originally conceived, or closer to the style it was originally conceived in. Which it's not, but it's kind of a little Morbius. I think I remember doing it a lot with Quill, even if it doesn't wind up as a strip and it will be comic pages. Um, it's hard to do full comic book pages with just Quill, but I could do a lot of the detail with Quill and the broad strokes with brushes, and it would have a similar feel. But anyway, yeah, I'm sort of very pleased with those couple of just headshots, stylistically wise. Although that was pencils as opposed to what would be the finished product, which would be fully inked. Um, not interested in doing a comic book in pencil and then coloring it. Being an inker for most of my career, screw that. Everything gets inked. But as far as doing experimental illustrations, I would consider including pencil, or maybe just doing pencil outright and coloring that. I don't know. That's all above and beyond what I want to focus on coming up. So what I have designed is a full working schedule. It's not, down to each hour per se. But I'll be focusing on like 6 or 7 things, and one of which will be sort of like miscellaneous, whatever comes up. But sort of have a plan for a 3-month gap of work, and in order to achieve that, the mindset behind that is that I will be able to accomplish a good amount of work on those 6 projects, to where it will then take me into other things that will propel the work forward and finance everything after that. So I really have to concentrate on how do I finance those 3 months. And the easiest answer is, well, get everybody to join my Patreon page. Is one idea. There are a few others, but essentially that would mean like getting 3,000 people at $1 a month, and that seems very difficult. There is a shorter term solution, but it sort of borders on a miracle of it happening. Then there's I could put myself out there to maybe pencil and ink a mini series or 2. I don't want to make myself available on somebody else's ongoing series unless it's very lucrative. It's like I kind of want to do it just simply for the practice, but I don't want to tie myself up too much, considering all the projects I'm going to get out next year and beyond. I'm not one to worry about having too much to handle, if you know me at all. And I also haven't been one to be highly effective as of yet. As far as getting a bunch out, or even one freaking thing out. But I'm also not worried about that, because I'm more confident today than I have been for a long time that I know exactly what it's going to take, and part of my sort of 3-month work plan is that I'll be tiny. Stop playing with my headset cord. Sorry. Part of the strategy behind my 3-month work phase is I'm going to do a lot more in regards to training, and part of that is I want to get better at drawing figures. I could simply fake it and say, hey, that's my style, but I know as a fan I like to see people that at least have a semblance of at least comic book fake anatomy. Um, I wouldn't mind being of the caliber of Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane per se. Um, I think neither one of them had 100% accurate anatomy. So something along those lines. Not to say I'm as good as them. What are you doing? My cat. Oh, my cat. Yes, yes, yes. All right, sit. Yeah, let's go. So yeah, this is just to reconnect with you. I don't want to get into this too long, but you're gonna see one thing or another pop up soon. Hopefully, in regards to me sort of crowdfunding my upcoming work. And mind you, as little prep time as possible, because I don't want to sort of get the financing by putting 3 months of work into that. So we'll see. I'm going to take a big shot upcoming one way or another. I thought about a Kickstarter, but I believe, unless I'm wrong, that you have to have a project mostly done, and that's not what's on my board at the moment. It's a lot of in progress on a lot of different things. Indiegogo, but Indiegogo doesn't really have the attraction factor. Like, I think Indiegogo, you have to be more of a name or have a project more people are into. I want to do something small and simple and direct. That was essentially financed in 3 weeks. Because my plan, in the briefest of terms, is to rent a home, as opposed to renting a small apartment, which is really like I need a separate studio, possibly 2 separate studios. Get people working for me. Not necessarily an intern, maybe have a part-time or a full-time person in town. Then I know a number of people online that friends that will help me, even on a part-time basis, and really grow my studio and really start churning out work. And yeah, I wanna improve my figure drawing skills, because I think I pretty much perfected embellishing. I've been an inker for most of my career, and I could take raw art and make it look pretty. That's not the problem. As far as structural things and perspective, I think I pretty much fake that. I don't mean fake that in a bad way. I mean that pretty much, I know what I'm doing in those regards, or I can look up more detailed, like, I don't know, 6-point perspective of a city at a different, crazy angle or something. And there's all kinds of models you can create on, online programs and whatnot. So I'm not too concerned about that sort of thing. It's just I want to be better at drawing people, which would help me in better drawing creatures or anything else that comes up. you know, because what I want to do fundamentally is produce comics and produce illustration. I'm also looking past that point where I'm going to get into, you know, coloring with the computer and get into painting. You know, so all things I've been looking to do for a long, long time. And that's it. This is just a heads up. And yeah, if you're not already a patron of mine, please go there, become a patron for $1. I'm possibly going to do giveaways, although you know I'm not really set up at the moment to do so. I'm just really busy and not in a way where I show a lot of stuff right now. Other than sketches, I don't know. Yeah, there's some sketches. Yeah. No, I don't want to show that. Okay. We'll test sniffs in my drawer. I wish you all a happy holiday. I'll probably see you soon enough, so I'll talk to you again soon. All right. Love you all. Become a patron. And yeah, much coming up.